All right, 11.9, page 3. I'm going to do these first two and show you one more time. Then I'd like you to pause the video and try these next four on your own. Then we'll come back. We'll do one. I'll do one of these and model it for you, and then you try one and then come back and check. All right, so we can see how much we're doing. So let's take a look at this one. This is volume equals. What does volume equal? Length times width times height. Said it a million times. Length times width times height. Okay, so I've got here 2 times 4 times 5. All right, and so for me, it doesn't matter. The numbers are so small, it's not really going to make a difference which way I do it. So, I mean, if I did these, 4 times 5 is 20, and 20 times 2 is 40. That makes it really easy, but I'm going to go ahead and stick with this length times width, right, which is my B. 2 times 4 is 8 times 5 equals 40, so I write 40. And then right, I put feet, what? Cubed with a 3. 40 feet cubed. Or you can write cubic feet if you want to, if you like writing lots and lots of letters. Just kidding, it's not that many letters. All right, next one, I've got 4 times 4 times 9. 4 times 4 times 9. I'm going to go ahead and just do 4 times 4 first, right? That gives me 16 times 9, which I think I could probably do in my head, but let's go ahead and write it out when I get these numbers larger than 12. 16 times 9. 9 times 6. 54. Good. Put my 5 up here. 9 times 1 is 9. Plus my 5, 14, right? So I get 144 centimeters cubed. Easy peasy, lemon squeezy. Okay, pause the video, do these, then come back and check your answers with me. Okay, you're back. So here I've got a cube, 6 times 6 times 6. Oh, I wonder which two numbers are multiplied together first. All right, 6 times 6, right? So I got 36 times 6. So again, this is one where I have to write it out to do it. So I'm going to write 36 times 6. Okay, 6 times 6. Again, it's 36, right? So I'm going to put my 6 here, my 3 up here. 6 times 3, 18 plus 3, 21, right? It's like 216 inches cubed. I hope that's what you got. Over here, I got 12 times 4 times 4, or 4 times 12 times 4. It doesn't really matter which way I want to do it. So I'm going to go 12 times 4 times 4. All right, and this time, I'm going to multiply those 4s together first. Okay, so I'm going to go, okay, let's do 4 times 4. So this is 12 times 16, because it doesn't matter what order I do them in, right? And then I'm going to write 16 times 12. What's 2 times 6? 12. 2 times 1, 2 plus 1, 3, right? Cool. And so I'm done with that one. What do I put here? A 0, because I'm multiplying by 10. Then I put my 1 times 6 is 6, and 1 times 1 is 1. Right? I get 160, I get 2, 9, and 1. I get 192 feet cubed. Okay? You could have also done 4 times 12, which would have been 48 times 4. 4 times 8, 16, 32, right? And then 4 times 4 is 16, plus 3 is 19, and I would have got the same answer. So, like I said before, it doesn't matter which order I multiply them in. Here I've got 10 times 6 times 4. Okay. You can do this however you want. So let's just stick with it. 10 times 6 is 60. Times 4, well, what's 4 times 6? 24, and then I add a 0, right? 24, and add my 0 because it's a 60, right? So this is 240 centimeters cubed. You should always get excited when you see a 10 or a 5 or something easy like that, right? And over here I've got 14 times 6 times 12. So of course they had to put a huge one in, right? So I've got 14 times 6 times 12. So here, you might want to do 6 times 12 first if you know your multiplication tables, right? 6 times 12 is 72, so I'm going to go 72. Let's do this, get that out of the way. So this is 14 times 72, right? And then I'm going to do 72 times 14. So I'm going to write that over here. 72 times 14. Put my little line there. 4 times 2 is 8. 4 times 7, 28. Of course, I put a 0 here because I'm multiplying by 10. And then 1 times 2 is 2. 1 times 7 is 7. Boom. 8 plus 0. Tricky. 8. 8 plus 2 is 10. Carry my 1 over here. 1 plus 2 is 3. 3 plus 7 is 10. So I get 1,008 inches. What? Cubed. Okay. So here's the algebra one where they're gonna give us a volume and then we're gonna find the missing edge. If they want me to find the missing edge, what operation am I gonna use? Division, right? The volume is the big number. That's the number I'm gonna divide. That's my dividend, okay? And then my divisor is gonna be whatever I get when I multiply these two numbers together. So here's an example. Volume equals length times width times height. Okay, and so that means I've got 420 equals 7 times 6 times something. So I'm going to put N for a number. Or I could put an H for a height. There we go. 7 times 6 times height. So this is 420 equals, well, what's 7 times 6? 42, right? Times the height. Now to get this, I can either guess and check, which you can see right now, height's going to be 10, right? Because if I multiply 42 times 10, I just add a 0, which is the difference here. The other thing I'm going to do is I'm going to write 420 and divide it by 42. If I divide both sides by 42, if I put 42 over 42, if I have the same numerator and denominator, that's 1, right? So I want to keep that in mind. That's why I divide both sides. When you get a little bit farther into algebra, that's going to come in super duper handy. So then I divide this side by 42. If I divide this side by 42, I'm doing the same thing. Remember, an equation is like a scale. Whatever I do to one side, I do to the other side to keep things even. Okay, 42 goes into 42 one time, and I subtract my 42, and I get a 0, and then I bring down my 0. 42 goes into 0 how many times? 0, right? And so I still get 10. Okay, try this one on your own, pause it, and then come back. Okay, you're back. Again, now I've got 900, so I'm going to get that there. I'm going to put 900 equals 6 times 15 times h. 6 times 15 times h. Okay, so I have to figure out, okay, well, what's 6 times 15? I'm going to do that right over here. 15 times 6. 6 times 5 is 30, right? 6 times 1 is 6, plus 3 is 9. So I get 90. So I get 900 equals 90 times h. So again, I just take that number and divide it by that number, and I get h, or I can see that I'm off by a power of 10. I know the answer again is going to be 10. But I'm still going to do it. 900 divided by 90. Remember when I'm doing this, when they're all ending in zeros, I can just cross off a 0. 9 goes into 9 one time. Minus 9. I get 0. Bring down my 0. 9 goes into 0 0 times. So I get 10. All right. Last page before homework's coming up.